So, boys and girls, to celebrate the last day of Holiday Bible Club, I got my hair dyed a different colour to celebrate Holiday Bible Club. Are you ready for this? Big celebration time. Who likes my hair? It's really fashionable. All the cool kids have it these days. I hope you like my hair because I was in the hairdressers for ages as they dyed my hair. And I know some of you are probably wondering, Matthew, that's fake. It's not real hair. Well, it is real hair because, I grew it myself. But anyway, we've got our last day of Holiday Bible Club to do. And today, it brings the end of our sketch. I know, it's really sad. We'll find out what happens. The gang, as they, remember they've been travelling around in time the past week, and we'll have to see if they got home once and for all. So we're going to stay tuned for that. We've also got our story as well. Exciting, our last story of the week. Super exciting. Can't wait to hear that story because it's been fantastic all week. So I think without further ado, I've got to maybe go comb my hair a little bit. It's gone a bit curly on me, but I will see you in a bit. We're going to have the sketch now, so I hope you enjoy. See you in a bit. Previously on the Time Machine Adventurers.
Thank you so much. I feel so much more confident about my exam now.
We're so glad to help. You don't need to doubt anymore.
Yes, I was really scared at the start, but now I'm not. Thank you for teaching me such an important lesson, that not all my fears are as big as they may seem.
Thank you for showing me how selfish I was. I'm sorry for trying to take you, and I promise I'll try to be a better queen from now on.
See what happens when you put your minds together? You aren't failures at all.
You are right. I must not give up. I cannot just give up every time I fail. I can do
3, 2, 1.
And now for the last episode of the Time Machine Adventurers.
I think we made it. I think we finally got home. There's only one way to find out. Let's go.
Let's go.
Are we back? Did it work?
I think so. Just let me check.
Hey guys, do you like my mask?
Yes,
We're definitely back.
Yes. And school starts back next week.
Well, maybe I'm not glad to be back now.
But you'll have so many great stories to tell.
True. I could write a book about what we did.
But now we must go. And put the time machine back in the lab. Assistant, I will need your assistance. Farewell!
Hours later.
I don't know how I'm gonna go back to school. It's been so long since I've been there. Well, I still have my friends. Whoa! Where did you come from?
I'm here to remind you not to doubt yourself. You taught me that. You've got to have a bit more confidence in yourself. You'll be fabulous at school.
Yeah, you're right. I helped you. Now it's time I took my own advice and started having a bit of faith. But I'm afraid if I go back to school, the whole lockdown has got me scared.
You can't let your fear hold you back. That's what you taught me.
Where are you coming from?
I've come to tell you to not be scared. Take control of your fear.
You're right. Fear holds me back. I have to break free from it. Thank you, caveman.
Ooga ooga. Food. I want.
Sorry, I only have a few left. Maybe next.
Not what you taught me. Remember, selfishness is not life's look. Generosity is much better.
Maybe you're right.
I'm so glad we're friends.
Sometimes I forget things that I've learnt. I can be a bit of a failure sometimes.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I was just expecting someone to appear.
Did I hear someone say something about failure?
Yeah, just sometimes.
I do not want to hear about it. We all mess up sometimes, but we can't let failure hold us back. One thing I remember about my Sunday school days is that they taught me about God and how much He loves us.
Yeah, and he loves us so much that whenever we're in doubt, he helps us to trust him.
Yeah. We must remember that God is bigger than our fears, and He can protect us when we're scared.
God calls us to be kind and generous and not be self-centered and only care about ourselves. We have to love others.
So true. And even when we mess up, He will forgive us if we ask Him to forgive us.
Wow, that is amazing. God is so good. You guys have all helped me, and I've also helped you. And with God by my side, I can do anything.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, no one. I was just remembering how good God is. Let me tell you about him.
No, Mum, I'm not shaving my hair off. I like my hair. I'm a big boy. I'm 28. I can do what I want. I don't care if I'm getting married soon. Okay, Mum, love you. Bye. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the sketch. It was a happy ending in the end, wasn't it? They all got back. They all arrived back home on time. And as you can see, my hair is looking absolutely amazing. And you know what, my mum was just telling me there, she was just wanting me to cut it, but I like it so much. And I know you boys and girls usually love it a lot, so I'm going to keep it this way. So now we've got our story. Yeah, this is a fun story. Looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy it. See you in a bit.
Why are you so hairy? And why is your nose so big?
Hold on a minute. This is really mean.
We shouldn't pick on someone just because they're different to us.
But she's a bird and can't even fly.
Oh, hello everyone. How's it going? Are you all doing well? What's going on here?
I'm sad because I'm different to everyone else.
Everyone's being really mean to Jasmine.
They don't listen when Jim told them to stop.
Is this true?
Yes.
Well, that's not very nice, you two, because, you know, we are called to live differently. That's what we've been learning over this week, that we're called to break from normality. Jesus calls us to be different from the world around us.
What does Jesus call us to do?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who do you love, Jasmine?
I love my mom, my dad, my brother and sister, and my friends.
Well, that's great. That's really good to hear. But the question I have again for you is, do you love people that don't love you back or don't like you?
No, because they don't love me back, and they aren't nice to me.
Well, you know something? That Jesus, he actually calls us to love even those people that don't like us and that maybe make fun of us. That's what Jesus calls us to do.
Really? Even if they don't love us back?
Even if they don't love you back. And let me tell you, this is what it says in Luke chapter 6, verses 27 to 28. It says, "But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you."
That's really different from what the world does.
Yes, because Jesus also calls us to forgive those who are mean to us.
But what if someone steals something from me?
Well, Jesus wants us to forgive them. That's what he's called us to do. Because when we forgive someone, we're letting go of the anger and the frustration that maybe we keep and we allow to build up inside us. Because always remember, Jesus forgives us when we mess up, so we need to forgive those when they mess up. Because it says in Ephesians chapter 4 verses 32, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ in God forgave you."
What else does Jesus teach us?
Well, Jesus teaches us to think of others before ourselves.
Oh, so like putting others first?
Yes, that's totally it. Because in Philippians 2 and 3, this is what it says. It says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves."
That seems really hard. To love our enemies, to forgive those who are bad to us, and to think of others more than ourselves.
Yeah, it sounds hard, doesn't it? But, Jesus has called us to be different. Because it's so easy to hate people. It's so easy not to forgive someone that hurts us. And it's so easy to put ourselves first and only to think of ourselves. And it's difficult. It's not easy at all. But Jesus has called us into a new life. He's called us to be different. He's called us to break from normality, to not be like the world around us.
I'm really sorry, Jasmine.
And I'm sorry too, Jasmine.
Oh, that's nice. And boys and girls, as we've been thinking about being different and standing out, and we recognise that these things are really difficult, it's hard to say sorry. But that reminds me of the Bible verse that we've been doing throughout the week. Do you remember that Bible verse? It's really important to understand and to learn, because it tells us how Jesus helps us. And we're going to say it again from Philippians 4 and 13. Are you ready to say it together? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."
We need to remember, Matthew, that Jesus died for us. He loved us so much that he forgave our sins, and he thinks of us every day, wanting us to follow him.
And that's nice. And Jasmine, do you forgive those ones for being mean to you?
Yes, they're really sorry, and I'm glad to be different.
That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. Now, unfortunately, we have to go now. It's time for us to go back home, but it's been a fun week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a fun week. And boys and girls, I hope that you have enjoyed our stories. And with all my friends here, we have been excited to be able to share these incredible stories. So remember that we are called to be different. We are called to love those who don't love us back. We're called to forgive. And we're also called to think of others before ourselves. And most importantly of all, Jesus goes with us and he gives us his strength. So I think it's time for us to say goodbye to the boys and girls. Are you ready? Goodbye, boys and girls. Bye. Well, boys and girls, that brings us to the end of our Holiday Bible Club 2020. It's been such an incredible journey, hasn't it? It's been great being able to be with you and to just have a fun time watching the sketch, watching the gang as they travel around in time. It's been incredible looking at all the stories and how we're called to break free from fear, from doubt, from selfishness, from failure. And today we learned about how we're supposed to break free from normality. As Christians and people who follow God, we're called to be different. We're called to look different from the world. We're called to love our enemies, even when the world says to hate people. We're called to forgive those who have hurt us, even when people say don't forgive them. And we're also called to think of others ahead of ourselves. And we live in a world that's very selfish. It's all about me, 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 me. But God calls us to think about others instead of ourselves. Oh, it's so sad that we have to bring it to an end. But, it's been fun. It's been great, and I've really enjoyed it. And now you've got your craft, the last activity to do of the week. And that is a sunflower. Now, sunflower starts off at a small seed, and it grows into this massive, big plant. And what you've got in your pack is you've got a template of a sunflower and a lollipop stick. And I want you to stick the flower onto the lollipop stick, and you're going to write something in the middle of that you want to grow in. So for example, maybe you want to grow in love for people around you, so you'll write that in the middle of the sunflower. Maybe you want to grow in patience, you write patience. Maybe you want to grow in forgiveness, maybe you want to do that. Or maybe you want to grow in prayer and reading your Bible, you write that in the middle of it. And then what's going to happen is on Friday tonight, that is, because today is Friday, you're going to get into your car, your parents are going to drive you around to the church the same way you did last Sunday, and you're going to pop that wee sunflower into some soil as you come around, and then there will be a special prize for that. So that's exciting. Your parents will know all the information, so make sure you get that done. Now, I have to say, I'm really glad that I was able to get my hair dyed. It's super, super nice. And you know what? I can't wait to show it off to everyone. Here, give that back. Give back here, that's mine. Well, boys and girls, it's been fun, but I've got to chase Jasmine. She's got my hair. See ya, bye.